Hello, a wonderful day, grade 11 students, and welcome to our class in Oral Communication in Context, Week 4, Quarter 1. For today's lesson, it is geared towards achieving this learning competency. Identify the various types of speech context. Are you ready? Good. Now, let us try by doing our first activity. For our first activity, you will check the column that corresponds to your answer to each statement. The statements are: number 1, I talk to myself. Number 2, I am aware that I am talking to myself. Number 3, I talk with my colleagues. Number 4, I share my thoughts to one person I trusted much. Number 5, I know the difference between talking to small group and talking to public. Are you done answering? Very well. Now, let's study the different types of speech context. The first type of speech context is called intrapersonal. This type of speech context is a kind of dialogue with oneself where the sender is also the receiver of the message. Intrapersonal type of speech context may come in different forms. It could be in the form of writing one's thoughts or observations, making gestures while thinking, sense making, like interpreting maps, text, signs, and symbols, interpreting nonverbal communication, like gestures and eye contact, and communicating with body parts. The next type of speech context is interpersonal. It is a type of communication between two or more people. This may come in oral, written, and nonverbal communication. Now, there are two types of interpersonal communication. One is called dyad communication, which refers to communication between two people. The second one is called small group. It refers to communication that involves three or more people forming a small group wherein everyone can participate. The third type of speech context is called public. It is a type of communication where the speaker gives his or her message in front of a large audience. Public type of communication is often called one-to-many communication. The fourth type of speech context is called mass communication. It is a type of communication that takes place in any form of media like television, radio, newspaper, internet, and the like. Okay, now, did you understand well the different types of speech context? Very good. Once again, let's take note that the four types of speech context are the following. Number 1, intrapersonal communication. Number 2, interpersonal communication. Number 3, public communication. And number 4, mass communication. Now, let us practice by answering the next activity. For this activity, please get your pen and your paper. Copy the table and supply the missing details by giving its differences. On the first column, supply the types of speech context. On the second column, supply the group size. On the third column, indicate who will be the senders. And on the fourth column, supply the receiver. All right, well done for this activity. Now, let us practice more. In this activity, use the graphic organizer that is shown and give at least two examples under each type of communication. Write your answers on your notebook. Very well, students. Now, let us remember this. As the old adage goes, no man is an island. We need each other to go on with each day in our lives. Sometimes, we found ourselves confiding to someone we can share our feelings with. Other times, we need to speak in front of the many. But most of the time, we talk to oneself, weighing the things we did, we do, and will do. Always bear in mind that intrapersonal, interpersonal, public, and mass communication are the four types of speech context. Now, are you ready for our next task? Great! Let's assess what you know. For our assessment, I want you to identify the type of speech context described in the following situations and write your answers on a piece of paper. Number 1. Reverend Father John Galvez gives his short homily after the lockdown. Number 2. A campus journalist who published an article about the SSG election. Number 3. You draft a letter and clarify your thoughts and weigh the exact words to be used before furnishing a final copy. Number 4. You are very happy while thinking on the number of likes of your newly uploaded TikTok video. Number 5. Rowena tells her best friend on how desperate you are in the increasing number of COVID cases worldwide. Number 6. Louisa gives her valedictory address during the school's first virtual graduation. Number 7. Bea participates in the third citywide oratorical contest, watched by a number of people from different walks of life. Number 8. Claire Cornelio features the Brigada Eskwela and the Plan Balik Eskwela Division Kick-Off program in Philippine television. Number 9. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte gives the State of the Nation address. And number 10. The team leader and his group mates discuss on how to work on with their research paper during weekends. All right, I hope you have answered each item very well. This time, let us enhance further your learning. For your task, write this one on your notebook and recall what happened in the first 6 months of this year, after which write a week-long diary on how you slowly adopt the things in the new normal. Use your experiences to encourage yourself to put in words your thoughts. For this task, please remember that you will be rated based on the given criteria, such as language and grammar, content, and timeliness. And now for our final activity, I want you to write a reflection on what you have learned in this lesson by completing the statement as shown. After taking this module, I learned that. All right, now we're done for today's lesson. Congratulations, students! You did great for today's lesson. Once again, this is teacher Patricia P. Baan saying have a nice day and see you next time. Goodbye!